In the ancient land of Israel, nestled among the gentle hills of Bethlehem, a new day awakens. The first light of dawn stretches across the horizon, casting a warm glow over a world still wrapped in the quiet embrace of night. This is a land rich with history and promise, where the whispers of the wind carry stories yet to be told. Here, in this tranquil corner of the world, begins the journey of a young shepherd named David. David rises before the sun, drawn to the stillness of the morning. As the world slowly stirs to life, he finds solace in these moments of solitude. The dew-kissed grass cool beneath him, he contemplates the day ahead. His heart is full, not just with the responsibilities of tending his father's sheep, but with a deep-seated connection to something greater than himself.
How magnificent is your creation, O Lord! Each morning you paint the sky anew, a masterpiece beyond compare. Who am I, a simple shepherd, that you bless me with such wonders? Guide my steps today that I may honor you in all I do.
The modest home of Jesse, David's father, is a humble yet sturdy dwelling made of stone and wood. David enters the home where his family is gathered around a rustic table, sharing a simple breakfast.
David, you're up early as always. The sheep won't tend themselves, but you must remember to eat,
Jesse says.
Yes, Father, the flock awaits, but I wouldn't miss Mother's bread for anything.
David replies with a warm smile. Eliab, David's eldest brother, tall and strong, casts a teasing glance.
Perhaps one day you'll know what real work is, little brother, beyond singing to the sheep and daydreaming.
David chuckles.
Someone has to keep them entertained, Eliab. They prefer my singing to your snoring.
The family chuckles. There's warmth in their banter, but also an undercurrent of tension, as Eliab often underestimates David's contributions. In the shadow of his older brothers, David often feels overlooked. Yet, he holds no bitterness, only a quiet confidence rooted in his faith. With a satchel slung over his shoulder and his harp secured beside it, David makes his way to the pastures. Each step is a prayer, each breath an acknowledgement of the life pulsing around him. The rustling leaves, the distant song of a lark, the gentle babble of a brook, all reminders of the Creator he so dearly loves.
These hills have taught me more than any scroll. In the quiet, I hear your voice, Lord. In the beauty of creation, I see your hand. Let me be ever mindful of your presence.
In the fields, David moves among his sheep, guiding them to fresh pastures. He calls out to a stray sheep.
Come now, little one. Don't wander too far. The grass may seem greener, but dangers lurk where I cannot see you.
He gently guides the sheep back to the group. David knows each sheep by name, their quirks and tendencies as familiar to him as his own. He is vigilant, understanding that his carelessness could mean their harm.
Just as I watch over these sheep, so you watch over me, Lord. Teach me to be faithful in the small things, that I may honor you in greater things.
Eliab approaches David in the fields, a hint of impatience in his stride.
Father wants to know why you're out here alone. Where is Nathan?
He asks. David replies,
Nathan is tending the new lambs near the lower meadow. We split the flock to cover more ground.
Eliab looks skeptical.
You should be more careful. Wild animals have been spotted nearby. These are dangerous times.
David responds,
I am not alone, brother. The Lord is with me. Besides, the sheep need proper grazing.
Always so confident.
Eliab sighs.
Just remember, responsibility comes before your songs and prayers.
Eliab's words are a mixture of concern and condescension. He struggles to understand David's unwavering faith and often mistakes it for naivety. As the sun reaches its peak, David finds shade under a large oak tree. He takes out his harp and begins to play. The melody is soothing, carrying across the fields. In the midst of his duties, David carves out moments to connect with God through music. His fingers move deftly over the strings, each out a reflection of his heart's song. David begins to sing.
The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they reveal knowledge.
Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they reveal knowledge. Proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they reveal knowledge.
Nearby, shepherds pause to listen, their faces reflecting a mix of admiration and curiosity.
That David has a gift.
One shepherd whispers to another.
It's as if the very air steals to hear him.
Indeed.
Another agrees.
There's something special about that boy.
Unbeknownst to David, his worship not only uplifts his own spirit, but touches those around him, drawing them closer to a presence they can't quite name. The peaceful scene shifts as a disturbance ripples through the flock. Sheep bleat nervously, huddling together. The tranquility shatters as David senses danger. His eyes scan the perimeter, and there, emerging from the brush, a lion prowls, eyes fixed on an unsuspecting lamb. David acts swiftly. He secures the sheep, then retrieves his sling and selects smooth stones from his pouch. His heart pounds, but his resolve is firm.
Lord, you have delivered me before. Give me strength now to protect those in my care.
The lion crouches, muscles tensed. David steadies himself, whispering a prayer. In a fluid motion, he swings the sling and releases the stone. It strikes the lion with precision, and the beast staggers before retreating into the wild. With danger averted, David breathes a sigh of relief. His courage is not born of pride, trust in the one who empowers him. Later, Eliab approaches, having heard of the encounter.
Is it true? You faced a lion alone?
He asks, astonished. David shrugs modestly.
The Lord delivered it into my hands.
You're reckless. You could have been killed.
Eliab says, both concerned and frustrated.
The Lord is my shepherd, Eliab. Whom shall I fear?
David replies with calm conviction. Eliab sighs.
You speak in riddles. One day, your faith will lead you into trouble.
Eliab cannot fathom the depth of David's faith. To him, such confidence seems foolish, yet there's a part of him that envies his brother's peace. As night falls, David sits by a small fire. The stars emerge, blanketing the sky in a tapestry of light. He opens his notebook, pages filled with psalms and reflections. In the quiet of the evening, David pours out his heart onto parchment. His words are raw and honest, capturing the essence of his experiences and his relationship with God.
When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have set in place, what is man that you are mindful of him? Amidst the vastness of creation, you see me. You know me. How can I not be in awe?
Took their place in the night. You breathed and the day sprang forth in light. When I look to the heavens, the work of your hand, the moon and stars that in perfect place stand. Amidst the vastness, you notice me still. Who am I, Lord, that you care for my will? Who am I, Lord, in the scope of it all? Yet you see my heart, hear my call. From the heights of the sky to the depths of the sea, you know me, you love me, how can it be? Each mountain, each valley, each breeze that blows free, the rivers and forests all sing back to thee. Yet here in my weakness, my humble frame, you call me your child, you know my name. Who am I, Lord, in the scope of it all? Yet you see my heart, hear my call. From the heights of the sky to the depths of the sea, you know me, you love me, how can it be? You spoke and the stars took their place in the night. You breathed and the day sprang forth in light. But more than the heavens, you treasure my soul, redeeming, renewing, and making me whole. Who am I, Lord, in the scope of it all? Yet you see my heart, hear my call. From the heights of the sky to the depths of the sea, you know me, you love me, how can it be? How can it be? So here in the quiet, I bow low to pray, thankful that you love me in your own holy way. Amidst all creation, my soul finds its worth. For you, my creator, have loved me since birth. Who am I, Lord, in the scope of it all? Yet you see my heart, hear my call. From the heights of the sky to the depths of the sea, you know me, you love me, how can it be? How can it be? You spoke and the stars took their place in the night. You breathed and the day sprang forth in light.
An elderly shepherd, Malachi, approaches and sits beside David. His eyes reflect years of wisdom.
Your songs carry far, young David. They touch hearts more than you know.
Malachi says. David replies humbly,
I sing as a way to speak to the Lord. If others find solace, I am glad.
There is a calling upon you. I see it as clear as the stars above. Do not take it lightly.
Malachi says knowingly. David ponders.
I am but a shepherd.
Malachi smiles knowingly.
For now, but the Lord often chooses the humble to accomplish great things.
David considers Malachi's words, a seed planted in his heart. Though he does not fully grasp their meaning, a flicker of purpose ignites within him. That night, David lies under the open sky. As he drifts to sleep, visions of grandeur and battles flicker in his mind, scenes of himself leading people, standing before great assemblies. Dreams stir in David's sleep, vivid and stirring. He sees glimpses of a future, shrouded in mystery, yet marked by divine purpose.
Lord, what are you showing me? How can I, a simple shepherd, be part of such things?
With the first light of dawn, David awakens, a renewed determination in his eyes. The dreams leave an imprint on David's spirit. He feels a stirring, a quiet calling that he cannot yet define. But he knows one thing. He must remain faithful in the present.
Whatever the Lord has planned, I will trust him. Today I will shepherd my flock with diligence and praise his name in all I do.
David says to himself with resolve. Throughout the day, David encounters various individuals, a traveler in need of water, a child who has lost his way, a fellow shepherd struggling with an injured sheep. David offers water to the traveler, guides the child back home, and helps the shepherd tend to the injured animal.
Thank you, David. Your kindness is a blessing.
The shepherd says.
We are neighbors. Helping one another is what the Lord desires.
David replies. David's compassion extends beyond his flock. His actions are a testament to his character, a reflection of a heart aligned with God's own. From a distance, a caravan approaches Bethlehem. Among them is the prophet Samuel, his countenance serious and purposeful. Unbeknownst to David, events are unfolding that will alter the course of his life. The prophet Samuel approaches, carrying with him the weight of divine instruction. Back at home, David joins his family for the evening meal. There's a warmth in their gathering, though Eliab remains distant. Jesse speaks with pride.
The flocks are thriving. Thanks in part to your diligence, David.
It is the Lord who provides, Father. I am merely his servant.
David says with humility. His mother smiles.
Your humility is as appreciated as your hard work.
Eliab, softening slightly, says,
Perhaps there's more to you than I thought, little brother.
As the family shares a simple meal, there's a sense of unity. Yet, under the surface, the stage is being set for something far greater than any of them can imagine. Before retiring for the night, David steps outside, gazing up at the moonlit sky.
Thank you, Lord, for another day, for protecting me, guiding me, and revealing glimpses of your plan. I am yours. Use me as you will.
His prayer is simple, yet profound. It is the prayer of a servant ready to heed the call of his master. David's journey is just beginning. In the quiet hills of Bethlehem, a shepherd tends his sheep, unaware that he is being prepared for a destiny beyond his wildest dreams. His heart, steadfast and true, beats in time with the heartbeat of God. And though he does not seek greatness, greatness is seeking him. The anointing of a king is near, and with it, the unfolding of a story that will echo through the ages.
Not his own, but divine. With one steady shot, he crossed destiny's line. The path wasn't easy through shadows and fear, yet he walked it with courage, for he knew God was near. From the sheepfold's embrace to a crown on his brow, a journey of faith, then here and now. From shepherd to king, from fields to throne, God had a plan, though he walked it alone. With courage and faith, through battles he'd sing the story of David, from shepherd to king. He danced in the courts with joy and pure heart, though trials and loss would tear him apart. But each stumble and fall, God's mercy would mend, for in grace he would rise again and again. From shepherd to king, from fields to throne, God had a plan, though he walked it alone. With courage and faith, through battles he'd sing the story of David, from shepherd to king. So let this song echo for the small and the brave, for the humble beginnings where giants are faced. For God sees the heart and crowns it unseen, the journey of David, from shepherd to king.